My name is Asha Wilson. I am a career development specialist with University Career Services, and I will be presenting our workshop today called The Job Search Academic versus Industry. And in the meantime, while we get ready to get started, please go ahead and use the sign in by utilizing the QR code that you will see on the screen and use the access code COOG. So you should be able to see the screen now, and there is an access code and a QR code. So first just scan the QR code and then use the access code COOG. This way we can document your attendance for today, and we really appreciate that. Hmm. Okay, we're just going to wait a couple of more minutes as there are some more students joining the workshop. But in the meantime, please scan the QR code on the screen to sign in and use the access code COOG. Welcome, welcome. For those who are just joining in with us, thank you so much for being here. Please sign in using the QR code on the screen and use the access code COOG. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and get started. So today we are here talking about the job search, academic versus industry. So here at University Career Services, we talk a lot about the job search. We love to give students strategies and figure out, how to navigate the job search and things like that. But today we're going to specifically talk about the job search as it pertains to academia or industry jobs. So before we get going with that, I want to talk about how University Career Services can serve you. So here at UCS, we serve the entire campus. We serve all students from all majors. And we do a lot of one-on-one work as well as group work and different special events and things like that. So we can help you by reviewing your resume, reviewing your cover letter, reviewing your personal statement, helping you develop one of those, and then elevate it to make it as competitive as possible. We can help you prepare for interviews by conducting a mock interview with you so that you are able to build your interviewing skills and be prepared for those internship interviews and job interviews and professional school interviews such as law school, medical school, stuff like that. We also facilitate multiple career prep workshops. Each semester, we have a lineup and they change. So you can check out our calendar every semester to see what offerings we have upcoming. We also host career fairs, info sessions, meet and greets, and other career events. We want you to be exposed to as many networking opportunities as possible. And even if you're not, getting ready to get a job right now, today, and things like that, it's still good to start your networking journey as soon as possible. So we are here to support you with that. We have career fair prep workshops, one-on-one appointments, and themed events. We also offer one-on-one career counseling. This includes schedule appointments as well as our weekly drop-ins. And so this is where you're able to come and talk about whatever it is that's going on with you as it's related to career readiness. So we can talk about your resume, your cover letter, your personal statement, your mock interview, but also we can help you navigate, we can help you find the right major for you, the right occupation for you. We can help you establish your values, interests, personality, skills, strengths, goals, etc. We can help you come up with a career action plan, all those good things. And then finally, we also conduct vocational assessments for your career exploration. Some of these are at a discounted rate, and then some of them are free. But either way, they help you explore yourself, become more self-aware to help you make the most optimal decisions for your future. So coming up, so this week is Graduate and Professional Student Appreciation Week. So if you are here today because of that, if you are a graduate or doctoral student, we appreciate you and we thank you for being here. Pictured is our lineup for the rest of the week. We also have, you can take a picture of this if you want, but we also have our workshop calendar lineup here. So we have 3 more workshops for the semester after today. And then this is our save the date for the rest of the semester. So like I said, this week is Graduate and Professional Student Appreciation Week. And then upcoming, we have Student Employment Week, the Liberal Arts and Social Sciences Career Mixer, and the Government and Nonprofit Career Mixer. So be on the lookout for those, and we hope to see you there. So as we get into our topic today, I want to discuss our learning outcomes because it's important for you to know what you should be learning and if those points aren't clear to you by the end of the workshop, please come to us and ask questions, gain some clarity. There's also, time for questions at the end so that you can gain some clarity. So today you should be learning the differences between an academic career path or an industry career path. You should be able to identify 3 job search strategies, and you should be able to understand how to create a job search plan. So these are all really important things for career readiness. And we really want you to be able to gain this skill. So today we are going to talk about the difference. What is academic versus industry? We're going to talk about academic career paths and industry career paths. And then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the job search component. So job search basics, job search strategies, crafting your personalized job search plan, and then key takeaways. So what is a career in academia? Many of you, might be thinking, well, academia, it sounds like it is what it sounds like. It's a job in academics, maybe a job in higher ed. And that is true. And there's a lot more to it. So a work in academia involves the pursuit of knowledge, its dissemination, meaning its distribution, and its application. So jobs in academia can include teaching, research, scholarly activity, administrative work, analyzing data, writing research, and publishing findings. So you could be a college professor. You could work in the research lab. You could work in career services like me. You could work in student affairs or something like that. So there's a lot that you can do in academia. In academia, there's a lot of pursuit of funding for grant proposals and different things like that. There's a lot of flexibility, and there's a lot of commitment to the field, commitment to your research or your topic of study or whatever it is that you're teaching. So what does a career in academia require? This is really interesting to note because every single career path will have a different educational path. And so let's say your goal was to be a psychology researcher and or professor. So first, you would want an undergraduate degree, so a biology degree in psychology or a related field. This serves as a, sorry about that. This serves as a solid foundation for a career in academia because you've got the specialized knowledge and experience. Usually you'd benefit from coursework in psychology, statistics, research, and social sciences. So you also, if you want to work in academia, you're going to need a master's degree or a PhD as well. And this could be a doctorate of philosophy or a doctorate of psychology. But you're definitely going to need a master's degree because some positions may require or prefer candidates who have the specialized knowledge and research experience. Now, if your position requires a PhD or a PsyD, this is because most psychology researchers and professors hold these advanced degrees because of the coursework, the research, their dissertation work focused in a specific area of psychology, the PhD programs tend to be more research oriented, while the PsyD programs may emphasize clinical practice. So research experience is also something you need for a career in academia. Aspiring researchers typically gain research experience by working on research projects, working in research or science labs, assisting faculty members with their research, conducting independent research for their dissertations. But either way, building a strong research portfolio is going to be essential for securing positions in academia. Many universities and colleges expect psychology professors or just professors in general to have teaching experience. So this could include serving as a teaching assistant during graduate school, or teaching undergraduate courses, or leading seminars or workshops, developing teaching materials and curriculums, and demonstrating effective teaching skills altogether is going to be important for academic positions. So something that's optional is postdoctoral training. So some individuals will pursue postdoctoral training after completing their doctorate degree because it provides additional research experience and may involve collaboration with established researchers in the field. So a publication record. This is important because this shows that you have published research findings in peer-reviewed journals throughout your academic career. So aspiring researchers should be aiming to publish their work in reputable journals to demonstrate their expertise and contribute to the field's knowledge base. This also helps you stay up to date on current trends in research and best practices in clinical practice. So professional involvement is also something that's extremely important because this shows that you have active participation in professional organizations, conferences, scholarly activities, and all of those things enhance your reputation as an academic, and they also increase your network within the academic community. So if applicable, licensure is something that you can also pursue. Depending on your specific focus of your research or your teaching, especially if we're using the example of, psychology researcher or professor, obtaining state licensure or certification is going to be something that allows you to provide clinical services or practice in applied settings and things like that. So to summarize all of that, here is an example of a CV for someone who is in psychology, the field of psychology and academia. So there's a difference between a CV, which is a curriculum vitae, and a resume. A curriculum vitae is everything you have ever done related to your field. So all of your academic work, all of your research, all of your presentations, manuscripts, research experience, professional experience, et cetera, et cetera. And here you see an example. This is just a template of a CV, an academia CV. It doesn't have everything all filled out. If it did, this would be definitely more than 2 pages. You see there's the education section, and this person, Victor Ebel, has their, they are a PhD candidate. They have already earned their master's and their bachelor's. They have included their research interests, their peer-reviewed publications, any manuscripts they're working on that have been submitted for publication but have not been published yet, as well as manuscripts that are in preparation. This is great because you're able to show all the things that you are concurrently working on. This person also has their conference presentation, so anything that they have ever presented on, and then research experience, so any lab experience, any research experience. This could be if you are an independent researcher or if you are a research assistant. this is where you would include that. So of course, we always include awards and honors, and different things like that. So service activities is also important to show the different ways that you're contributing to the field. They also have teaching experience listed. So they've been a teaching assistant, they have been an instructor, and those things all help you, get closer to being a candidate for that position in academia. So clinical experience is also something that you could include if you were going into the field of psychology or sociology, anthropology, social work, the social sciences mainly. And then professional affiliations is included as well. And this is great because, you're showing your scholarly activities and different things that you're involved in. So if you are interested in pursuing a career in academia, this is the type of CV that you're going to look to develop. This is something that we can help you begin to work on here in Career Services. And it's something that you continue to build over the course of your career. All right, so now let's move on to industry. What is a career in industry? So first, it's important to know that every business exists within an industry. So industry is a group of companies with similarities in the business activities they conduct, such as producing a good or providing a service. So industries are categorized. Many of you are familiar with the industry that you are pursuing. And many of you are familiar with some of the industries that we've all heard of, like agriculture and construction, education, aerospace, entertainment, fashion, finance and economics, food and beverage, customer service, hospitality, healthcare, transportation, telecommunications. These are all industries which are subsets of the workforce. So, finding out what industry most appeals to you is one of the first steps in finding the career path that you belong on. So we're not going to go in depth into all these industries, but we are, for the purposes of exploring what different industries require, we are going to pretend that we are in the behavior sciences nonprofit industry. So if you wanted to be a case manager of some sort in the behavioral sciences, you would need an undergraduate education, a bachelor's degree in psychology or some related field. So most industry career paths require a bachelor's degree in something related to that industry. So you want to make sure that you're majoring in something relevant, or else you're going to have to find some sort of other more indirect way toward the path that you want to be on. Anyway, so different from the academia requirements for career path, when it comes to an industry, you need things that give you experience and knowledge. So relevant internships or volunteer experience are things that are going to get you help you be a more competitive candidate for a position in your respective industry. Certifications or training are important as well. The relevant internships, usually people who are completing these internships, they gain valuable experience through these internships and through this work. It gives you hands-on experience, hands-on knowledge development, practical skills. You'd be working with diverse populations and addressing social issues. So when it comes to the, why did this move? Oh, no, it didn't move. Okay, sorry about that. So when it comes to certifications and trainings, some nonprofit organizations or social science organizations may require or prefer case managers to have certifications or specialized training to work in areas such as social work, counseling, case management, and things like that. So bachelor's degrees in psychology or related field, like other social sciences, provide a strong foundation that can enhance your qualifications for specific roles. And so this will be the same for other industries as well, you know, like economics or finance or business. You definitely want to get as much hands-on learning as possible and practical application of those skills. So there's also a big skills development component when it comes to industry positions. You want to make sure that you're learning the things that are necessary for that field. So if, like I said, if you are going to be going into the behavioral sciences, you would want strong communication and interpersonal skills, knowledge of social services and resources. You would need the ability to assess needs and develop plans, and as well as documentation and record keeping. And of course, you're going to need a commitment to ethical standards. So this is just an example within this industry, but these types of requirements to emerge into this career path, they will mimic other industries as well. So to summarize all of that, we can look at a resume. This is our University Career Services template, which is a really good resume for any industry that you're going to go into. It has your education. It has relevant coursework, which is really important to show that you have the fundamental and foundational knowledge of the field. Your academic projects shows that you have applied your knowledge. And then your experience, like I mentioned, this is where you, show that you have practical application of the skills that you learned while you were in school. And you can get this experience through internships, co-ops, volunteering, etc. So then, of course, then we have skills and competencies where you're able to talk about your language skills, your computer skills, technical skills, certifications that you've earned, and different things like that. And then, of course, we have the honors section and the activities section. It's really important to include all these components in your resume as it gives a full story, a full snapshot to your academic and employment background. This is what shows employers that you are a competitive candidate for the position in the field. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about the job search. Now that we know about the academia field and we know about the basics of the different industries, and now we know how that's different, how they're different from one another. Now, how do we search for a job in these areas? First, you want to, when you're starting the job search, you want to define your goals. So your goals, you're going to want to know what are my future career aspirations? What is it that I really want to do? How do I want to contribute to society? And then what skills would I like to learn or develop? Wherever you go in your career, whatever role or position you have, you want to make sure that you are learning and developing skills while you are there so you can take them to your next position and they can help you grow as a professional. Another question you want to ask yourself to help define your goals: what are my specific needs and wants? What is it that you need from a job? What is it that you want from a job? And then how can you go about obtaining that? Okay, so we're going to focus on future career aspirations first. So ask yourself, what do I see myself doing after graduation for the first few years? What is your entry level goal? Because at this point, you've graduated and you're emerging into the field. So you're a new young professional, an emerging professional. And I say that, I want to stress that because it's really important to have patience with this process, because like I said, you are new and emerging into an entry-level position in the workforce. It's important to know what you enjoy doing, and it's important to know what issues you're most passionate about. This is going to help you decide what types of roles and positions to apply for. You want to make sure that they're all aligning with what you enjoy doing, with what your interests are, your values are, what are your goals, what are your strengths. You know, what are some ways that you naturally contribute to the field? This way, your job is a career and not necessarily work, because everything is in alignment. And we want to know, what skills do you want to learn or develop? When it comes to this position, positions that you're applying for, what do you want to learn? How are you going to learn it? You know, does this position, does this organization or institution, do they have learning plans? Do they have strategic growth plans? Do they have professional development plans? So are you going to be able to work with your leadership to establish what you want to learn and how you're going to learn it? What types of occupational experiences do you want? You know, so for me, for example, as someone passionate about the mental health field, I wanted a position that was going to give me a lot of experience with counseling and coaching. And so I chose to pursue a role, the one that I have now here with University Career Services, where I could develop and gain skills with counseling students and coaching students, because I could take this and move forward in my career. So you want to make sure that as you're in this job search, that you're not just searching for a job that is comfortable or complacent or maybe pigeonholing you. You want to make sure that you have opportunities to learn, but you need to specifically know what it is that you're wanting to learn so that you can know if that position is going to give you the opportunities to learn those specific things. And then another question to ask yourself: how is this role or this position going to get me closer to my future career goals? Of course, everyone wants to know, you know, how much money am I going to make? Is this going to be a sustainable role? You know, am I going to enjoy my job, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the overarching questions to ask yourself to make sure that those things are lining up is, will this get me to my future career goals? Is this something that is going to be a launching pad to the next step? If not, it might be a position that's not going to contribute a lot of growth to your career. Okay, the third thing that we need to consider is your specific needs or wants from the position. When you're doing this job search, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to, or that you're making note of specific organizations. Are there specific organizations you want to work at? Are there places, you know, institutions that you've always been inspired by, and that's, you know, where you mainly want to apply? Sometimes it's better to be strategic in that way instead of just blanket applying to every possible open position that exists. That is sometimes not good use of your time and especially isn't strategic. So, what else do you need from this role? Is there a specific geographic location that you need? Are you looking for a position that's going to provide you a tenure track, the possibility of tenure? Do you need a job that is process oriented? We want to make sure that we are applying for roles that work with our brains, the way that our brains operate. Are you choosing to apply for jobs that are going to be in environments that support the way your brain functions, so you're going to succeed? Or is it going to challenge the way your brain functions? And while yes, you will grow, but there will also be a little bit of friction there. Those are some things that you want to consider. Also, what do you need as far as pay goes? These are going to be some things that you consider in the job search. What's the environment? For a while, I thought that I would be okay in an environment where I had to travel from client to client to client. So from their home or their, wherever it is that they're located, and my office would be basically my car. And then I did an internship where that was a part of, the responsibilities. And I quickly realized, no, this is not for me. This is not the environment that I want. I don't want to be, stuck in traffic driving from house to house all day long. I would rather, an office environment where I could interact with my coworkers and have a set aside place where, I can function and focus. Flexibility versus structure. What kind of factors, affect those things that are going to be relevant to that position? Do you need a place that is more rigid and you are there from 9 to 5 and that is it? Or do you need a place that is a little bit flexible, where there's flex time and, more time off, and, maybe it's 9 to 4 instead of 8 to 5, or maybe weekends are available, maybe there's overtime. Those are all different things that you want to consider. And then, is it part-time or full-time? Does it match your time requirements? These are all things that you want to consider. So after we have asked ourselves all these questions, we need to combine 1, 2, and 3. So you want to combine your future aspirations with your goals and your needs. So for an example, say you are a marketing major. Your future aspirations might be to work in public relations for a marketing firm. This is going to help guide you in your job search. So then, what are your goals? What are you looking for from the role or position? So you want to gain event planning experience. You want to create a public relations campaign, and you want to practice professional communication and networking. These are all things that are important to help you decide what places you're going to apply to. This helps you be focused. And then your needs. So you need the Houston metro area. If this is an internship, you want UH credit. In the summer, if this is a career path, you want full time, and of course you want paid. So now that you've seen how to combine 1, 2, and 3, I want to take a moment to give you an opportunity to think of these things for yourself. So we're going to take about 5 minutes to fill out a worksheet that I am going to upload in the chat, and I will also share on the screen. this is basically an outline of 1, 2, and 3, your future goals, your future aspirations, your goals, and your needs. All right, y'all can all go find this in the chat. And you can also utilize the screen. So take just a few minutes to write down your future aspirations, your goals, and then what you need. This is going to help you create your job search plan. All right, and I'm starting the timer now. Please feel free to ask any questions as we do this exercise. We are going to share out after a couple minutes to fill these out. So you can use pen and paper, you can type this on your computer, a note in your phone, et cetera, et cetera. I'll give you a moment to think. All right, we have about 1 minute left, and then we're going to share out. Okay. Let's get sharing. All right, so here at UCS, we interact in our workshops. So I'm going to need someone to volunteer to share out what they have determined are their future aspirations, goals, and needs. Raise your hand if you'd like to be that someone. You have 10 seconds to decide yourself, or I'm going to pick someone. Go for it, Jake.
All right, I guess I'll start off and volunteer. So my major is political science with a minor in English creative writing. Um,
Awesome.
Three future aspirations that I wrote. I want to write for some sort of a journalistic media. Um, I want to work within somewhere with using my political science degree, maybe like work in a space organization for like government or public relations side of things with that. Um, but again, with English, another future aspiration is to create stories. My goals is to make it to graduate school, be able to sustain a living. I don't need to be rich, but I do want to be able to pay for a house and car and food and all that. And have a managerial position in a company eventually. And for needs, I just need a safe and non-toxic work environment, to live consistently without any worries of money. And I couldn't think of a third need, but I don't know. I just need to be happy, I guess.
No, that's totally valid. That's totally valid. You're just like, hey, I want to be content. I want to be fulfilled. Is that not hard to ask for?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
but that's awesome. I love your goals, your aspirations. You seem to really have a good uh, understanding of where it is that you want to go and how you want to get there. So that's really good. That's exactly what a job search plan helps you establish. All those little details to help you take the next step. So that's awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like to share out? Let's see, I'm going to randomly select Diana. Diana,
Hello.
hi.
Hi. Yes, so for my future aspirations, I I wrote down that I am looking for something that I enjoy doing, which is teaching people, helping people. Um,
Hmm,
so what came to mind maybe was something like consulting or possibly teaching. And as another aspiration, working um in a place where I am able to balance my work life with family life. I do
okay.
prioritize my family, and when I have more children, I would like a position where I am able to also have time for them. And a third aspiration uh, would be to um, be in a position where I really do make an impact for whether it be like a company um, or any like industry. One of the goals I wrote down is to be able to do something that I like. So I enjoy, like I said, teaching or helping people. Another thing I do enjoy is research. So maybe a goal would be to get a position where I can do research and be able to teach people those things.
To academia.
Possibly, yes.
Okay.
And then another goal is to be able to live comfortably. I
Okay.
would like a job where I could financially be comfortable, be able to afford to enjoy myself outside of work and with my family and have all our um, needs met without having to worry. Um, a third goal would be to uh, be able to use all my skills. So I guess also, I mean, another goal I have too is to develop my communication skills.
Very
Since I,
good.
yes, so maybe if I'm looking for an internship, somewhere where I do have to speak more to people, because sometimes I get nervous, but because I do want to be in a role where I speak to people, I know that that's something that I need to improve on. And um, yes, that's mainly it.
Awesome. Very good. Well, thank y'all so much for sharing out. Really appreciate that. Hopefully now you're able to kind of take next steps in your job search or your future job search, and you have somewhere to start. Okay, back to our presentation, because now we're going to, I know we're running out of time, so we're just going to quickly review some strategies and resources for the job search. So first, you want to network, and always follow up with contacts you make via networking. So you want to identify new contacts and conduct informational interviews. And you can do this through Cougar Pathway, working with your faculty, attending UH career fairs, employer info sessions, having an internship or a co-op contributes to your network, as you now have supervisors and co-workers and colleagues and things like that. Volunteering is always going to be a networking booster. Interacting with your alumni associations and professional associations. So always maintain a record of your contacts and then applications that you have put in, and any contacts that are related to that application. Always check the UCS website and Cougar Pathway for job postings and for resources. These are some really good ways for you to stay apprised on positions that are just being posted and things that are available. Always check your academic department bulletin board as well for opportunities like, for example, at the Graduate College of Social Work, there's an entire wall that has bulletins of job positions and availabilities and descriptions and things. And then there's also one that matches virtually. So there's a virtual job board. So, virtual job boards like Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, these are all places to do your search. And then through your Access UH, you have access to Career Shift, which pulls from all of those websites all at once, so like it's a one-stop shop. So those things will help you in your search as well. Always check employer websites for postings directly on their website. Some places don't post on job search engines. They will only post on their website, so it's good to also check there. And then get involved. Come and see us here at UCS. We will help you build your resume so you can stand out from other applicants. And then also school and volunteer activities, class projects, leadership positions, applying yourself in as many ways as possible is always going to boost your candidacy for a specific position or role. Some more strategies and resources. So, or actually that is the exact same slide. So we're going to just skip that. But I want to show you a strategy for keeping yourself organized in your job search. So this is also a part of your job search plan. So this is a spreadsheet that has the date, the organization, notes, follow-up date and notes, and then future contact notes. So here you're able to put the date, the organization that you want to potentially apply to, the HR rep or recruiter or whomever you talk to or have a connection with, and then some notes like, hey, I gave the employer my resume at the career fair for an accounting intern position. Boom. Follow-up dates. July 12th, I called Chad. They're still screening applicants. And on July 20th, I'm going to call back for an update. And then you have your future contact notes. So this is just an example of a way to keep yourself organized. Another thing you can do is as you are applying for jobs or as you are creating your list of places to apply, you have your organization, then your application. This is whether or not you've submitted an application, yes or no. And then your resume. Have you submitted your resume? Yes or no. Have you submitted a cover letter? Yes or no. Have you done a follow-up? Reached out to the recruiter, HR, or the hiring manager, et cetera, et cetera. Have you followed up? Yes or no. And then did you get an interview date? If so, put it there. That way you can track it and you won't miss it. And then after your interview, did you do a follow-up? Thank them for the interview, let them know that you're very enthusiastic about this position, et cetera, yes or no. So this way you're able to stay apprised of what you need to do, where you need to go, what your next step is, what you've already completed, and it helps you just stay motivated. You have to take your time and stay focused, and it can be really hard to stay motivated because the job search can be so intense. It can be so overwhelming. It can be so tedious. But using spreadsheets like this is always going to help. Okay, and then finally, our takeaway tips. So remember, first of all, remember the differences between academic and industry positions. And identify which one aligns with your particular aspirations and goals. And also know your aspirations, your skills, your goals, your needs, all those things. Those are all going to be things to help you in this process. Develop a strong resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn account. These are all things that we here at UCS can help you with. Always start the job search early because, time is of the essence. It can be very tedious, very monotonous. There can be a lot of steps involved. And you don't want to be trying to pack all that in last minute. Use a multifaceted job search approach. So you're going to want to tap into your network. You're going to want to use job search boards or job search engines, as well as professional association boards. You're going to want to pull from every angle. So use a multifaceted job search approach. Dedicate time to your search. So every single day you should spend 2 hours, submitting applications or writing emails as follow-ups or working on a draft of your cover letter or resume, et cetera, et cetera. And then be patient. Be patient with the process, but at the same time, don't be complacent in the process. Don't sit too still. So be constantly making progress, but be patient with the process. And of course, come connect with us. We are here for you. We want to make sure that you are not alone in this process. So you can connect with us via Cougar Pathway, on our Instagram at Coug Careers, You can come and see us at Student Service Center 1, which is by the small fountains on the opposite side of E. Cullen from the library. And you can also reach out to us via phone or email. So definitely make sure that you're tapping into all your areas of support. And so with that, I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you for attending. Thank you for engaging and interacting with the group. And I want to open the floor for, I know we have run out of time, but I want to open the floor for any questions that any of you may have. And as we are doing that, please, if you did not ahead of time or before the presentation started, please sign in to the workshop using this QR code and the access code COOG. So you'll have a little time to do that as we open the floor for questions. If any of you have any. If you do not have any questions, you are free to head out. Thank y'all so much for coming.
This was a really good presentation. Great job, Asha.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much good information for our students here. So I know a lot of people probably took away quite a bit from it. So thank you.
I hope so. I really hope so. All right, so I'm gonna leave the room so that the recording can stop, and then I'll come chat.
All right, awesome.
All right.